This is Mike Mueller from RWeConnected.com, and I'm going to show you how to set up what's called a showcase widget in IDXBroker and a saved search that we're going to use for our call to action button. Let's do this. For this example, I'm going to use a site that I just started building yesterday, and Lisa gave me permission to use her as a guinea pig. So she says we want to have these particular community pages. Now, these happen to be cities, yours could be neighborhoods, doesn't really matter, however you divvy them up. Each one is going to need a showcase widget. Each one is going to need a saved search. So I'm going to show you how to do both of those. Over here, I'm going to use Bath as an example. So I built a page. We're calling it Bath, obviously. That's the name of the town. I put up a sample because it's a development page. I put up a sample image, and I've got a little bit of text, and then this is just placeholders. All this is placeholders for me. Insert a showcase script here, and next we want to have a big button that says, hey, show me all the homes in Bath. That's nice and simple. Now you know where we're going. So over in IDX dashboard, they've redesigned it. I'm going to say that's probably going to go through yet another redesign, and part of the reason is why. I'm on this is my MacBook Pro 13-inch. I could put it up on my big screen, my big Apple screen, and see it all, but not everybody has that. If you have a 15 or a 17, maybe you're seeing everything, maybe you're not. In this particular case, there is a scroll bar down here at the bottom, and I need to actually move to be able to see everything. Just so you know, arrow button over here on the left hand side reduces that down, and then hey, I can see everything. Then you're reduced to these, and if you don't know what those mean, like I'm looking back over here for design, you kind of have to do that to be able to find that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a showcase widget. So let's go design, website, widgets. Nice and simple, easy enough to get to. Now the right hand side of my screen is missing, so I have to actually kind of do this. Kind of a pain in the butt. But that said, let's go create new. So we're going to create new, and we're going to do what? A showcase widget. So that's the kind of widget we're going to do. Properties feature, we want to do, I'm going to say custom search in this particular case. You could do Polygon search. You could do, like I said, you may be doing a neighborhood. This happens to be for a town. So I'm going to do this with an advanced search. I could do it with a number of different things, but I'm going to do this with an advanced search. This is going to show you all the different options that you have a choice of. Whether or not you pick those is entirely up to you. In this particular case, I'm going to do only residential. Property type could be something else. Status, I'm going to make sure that they are active, and that's all I'm showing is the active ones. Next one is city, county, postal code, whatever. Well, I'm going to do Bath, and you'll see it gave me, I did lowercase, and it did, hey, we found a city called Bath. Is that what you mean? Yes, that's what I mean. Exactly that. Over here on the right-hand side, it says minimum price, maximum price. You might want to have a minimum price. I'm going to say generally you don't want to have a maximum price. Hey, if somebody wants to see $1 million house, multi-million-dollar house, are you going to say no? Of course you're going to do that. Anyway, refine this as you want. The important ones I'm just going to touch on. Image. It has an image. I want to make sure that it has an image. If it doesn't have an image, what kind of an agent put that on the MLS to begin with? Results per page, yeah, all that kind of stuff. You can go through all of that and do whatever you want. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to say responsive, yes, because we're building you a responsive website. Widget name, I'm going to say showcase for Bath example, because I'm going to delete this. I want Lisa to be able to do this herself. Next, it says newest listings, or I can do a number of different things. It depends on what you want to do. Some people will say in their text in Bath before they do the showcase widget, they'll say, hey, here's the most expensive properties in Bath, and then the button, click here to see all the properties. Here's the newest, here's the whatever. So we're giving them a teaser, and this you do once, and it'll be updated automatically. So it's a dynamic thing. In this particular case, I'm going to go newest as far as that goes. That's what works for this particular thing. Width, there's nothing to do there. Number of rows, we're actually going to do a little bit of math as far as that goes. Number of columns is not grayed out. 3 is a good number. In this particular case, I think 3 fits in. You could do 4. Just remember, it's responsive, so those images are going to be as big as they need to or as small as they need to fit all the way across in your content area. That said, number of rows, it doesn't allow me to change. Well, you actually have to do a little bit of math. So if I did, obviously, well, if I did number of listings, that would be 1 row for 3 listings. 3 columns, right? If I did 6, you know that's 2 rows. So you can kind of, depending on this, determine what you want to show. Down here at the bottom, it says open links in a new window. Yes, I want to open a new window. You might not, but I particularly do. And this is this little button, I'm gonna get back to this radio button here. Display view all results link. I'm going to say you want no, but I'm going to click yes just to show you what it does and why we don't want it. So next I'm going to say build widget, and there it is. So what it's done is, and I'm just going to copy this right now, take this script, and then it's saved. It's automatically saved. If I go back over to the widget list, there's my showcase for Bath example, and I can edit it, I can preview it, I can view the code. Hey, there's that code that I just copied and pasted. But if you need it, there it is. You can duplicate it, and of course you can trash it. And if you're not seeing this, remember, that's what you're seeing. So you can kind of mess with this as much as you want. Now, coming over to our page of Bath. So this is the page that we've created, and I can click up here, and of course I'm signed in as an administrator. The public isn't going to see this black bar up at the top, and I can edit this page. Or down at the bottom, you'll see there's a little edit. Whichever way you go, you're getting there the same way. It still goes to the same exact page. Now, this site is built in Gutenberg. That means we have the block editor. Well, it's built in WordPress with the Gutenberg block editor. So we've got a number of different blocks, and you'll see that you've got a picture, you've got this, and then this is what's called a custom HTML block. And I put in words just as a placeholder, but this is where I want to take this out and I want to write and put in that script. And that's all I have to do is just put in that script. Now, of course, the words above it might kind of set that up, like here's the most recent, here's the newest, here's the whatever. And of course, this is a site that is just being built, but I want to show you how to do this. So now we click on update, and we'll go over to this page, and we built that widget as a 3x2. And so we're going to have, here's our words, here's our this, and then here's where the widget is. And the widget created a 3-column wide, and I said I only want 6 to show, so there's 6 properties. And by math, we get 2 rows. Remember that little thing that I said you probably don't want to click on that? That's this view all results. And I'm going to say typically you don't want to do that if you're doing this button kind of thing. It's a little small, people don't see it, and it isn't just up in your face like that. So I'm going to say most of the time you don't want the view all results, and we want to create a button, and we want that button to go over to what's called a saved link, or I think it should be a saved search. So let's go build that next. This doesn't go anywhere right now, but it could. So back over here, let me actually expand that. So we're back into home. Let me go back over to the dashboard. So this is the dashboard where we started out. And we're going to go back over to design, website, and then down at the bottom, they don't call them saved searches, they call them saved links. And what we're going to do is build a saved link. You can't see the buttons over on the right, so you have to minimize the menu. Maybe this will change. I hope it will. We're going to go over and we're going to create a link. Now, how you create a link is entirely up to you. A lot of it is the exact same. It depends on what you want. In this particular case, let me go back over here. So we can view all results. So this is going to, I'll show you where that would go. This would be, I'm going to call it like an advanced search. So it builds a little kind of a hint of each one of these. And then, of course, people can click on any one of those. And this is all done automatically, dynamically in your site. and here's property 1 of 16, and everything looks all fine, and everything's being pulled in from the IDX as far as that goes. But what if you didn't want this to go to this kind of search? What if you wanted to go to, I like a map-based search, and you have that ability. And so essentially what you could do is you can say, and I'm going to do this as a map-based search. You can do it as any which way you want, but I'm going to show you how to do it as a map-based search. And all we're doing is we're saving this search. We're creating this, and we're going to make this a search. So this map is not going to be correct yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, we're going to filter this, and I want only active, and I only want residential. See, a lot of these same buttons and boxes, they're still here. They're just in the map. Fly to city. Well, actually, I've got to come down here and I've got to actually choose, and you can see all of them, or you can start typing or do whatever you need to. But in our particular case, we're going to say, hey, I only want Bath, right, as far as that goes, and then we're going to update the search. So, minimum, maximum, right? And so we can do that, and that would be our map. So let me get back over to our map and say bedrooms, bathrooms, all that kind of stuff, and update the search. So it has found the properties, and this is next. What we're going to do is this is where we're going to send them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this bath example, save search, and I'm doing that just so that you can see this particular case. You want to make sure that you're titling it correctly. So because it's also going to be the URL, and you can overwrite that if you want, as far as that goes, right here, right now. You could add meta tags, keywords, descriptions, things like that. It's going to display this as far as that goes, and you can give it a description. You can create something that goes on top of the page. You can do all of those different things. But what we're going to do next is I'm just doing the minimum, save and manage links. So this is going to take me back over to the link page. And remember, if you're seeing this and you're looking at something like that, there's a little bit more over to the right. And so this is what we've got. And if you want to see that in action, what you can do is you can preview the link. Over here on the right hand side, you can edit the search criteria, you can edit the preferences, you can duplicate it, or you can trash it. And so for every showcase widget, we want to have a matching search. So in this particular case, what I'm going to do is let me click on this and show you what it would look like as a map-based search. So as a map search, now they're able to see all the properties, and if they were to click on one of these, it shows the picture, and of course if they click on this or view details, they're going to go over to that property detail page. But that's map-based search. Now they can go advanced search, they can go listing ID, I don't know who's going to do that, and they can do address, and they can also filter and do everything that you allow them to do. But this is the beginning of that, and of course, you know, refreshing the map and all that kind of stuff. So that said, what I want is I want this link. That's where I want that button to go to. So going back over to my button, what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the URL of that button. I want it to go to there. Now if I hit update, and let's give this a refresh, and of course I'm going to take out this text right here, and I'm going to redo this widget so it doesn't show view all results. Now it's going to go over to that particular page in IDX, and it's going to show them just that map-based search. So set up a showcase widget for each one, set up a map-based search for each one. If you want, you could do advanced search or whatever, but it needs to be a saved search of somehow. And hey, Lisa, thank you for allowing me to use you as a guinea pig.